everyone, it's Gabrielle from MyLovi, and you probably know us as MyLovi Country Crafts and Collectibles. Today I'm going to teach you how to do stenciling on wood. Well, you could pretty much do it on any surface, but I'm going to be doing it on wood today. And it's going to be teaching you how to stencil using the PVPP method. And what that stands for is you paint, you paint, you put the vinyl on, then you paint again, and then you peel it off. So it's a little bit different than your normal standard stenciling. As you can see, I did a stencil, which I'm going to be doing home with a little dog print. And normally you would have this part being free because that's where you would put your paint. So it's going to be a little bit different, but I find it a lot easier and you get much crisper lines. So with that, when you talk about paint, the first thing you're going to do is paint your piece of wood or whatever you're doing, and you want to paint it the color you want the letters or whatever image you're doing to be. So in this case, I wanted black letters. So I painted my surface black, made sure it's nice and smooth. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the stencil on top of it. So I've already put the transfer tape on there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel back my stencil off the paper onto the transfer paper. And so now it looks like this. I'm just going to I'm going to eyeball it because we're just doing a demonstration purposes. So I'll put it on there, take my nice handy little scraper in here, and make sure you really get that on good. So then what you're going to do is you're going to take off your transfer tape. And what you want to make sure is when you're dealing with wood, wood has a certain grain. So in this case, the grain is going this way. So I want to make sure that I peel away from it. So I'm not going to peel this way. I'm going to peel up. And what that does, it helps you in reducing any kind of splintering, peeling off paint. It just has a lot nicer, crisper look for you. So I'm going to peel that up like that. And then I'll do this one. And the reason why you can do this all at the same time, but I really like to make sure that my paint is really dry. So when I'm doing these, I do a lot of them. I usually do all this base painting like the night before, and then when I want to work on it in the morning, they're all nice and dry. So as you can see, it's on there really nicely. And I'll just take my little scraper and make sure it's really on there good. So as you can see, you can't really probably see as well. I'm not worried about these things because that's going to be now the color we're going to paint that you want the background to be. So it's almost like a reverse. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the paint that I had already used as a background. And what that's going to do, it's going to seal. So if there's any bleed through, you've already had the black paint, so you won't really notice it. So the first thing you want to do is just do a very, very light painting of the color you have as a background. So in this case, I have black. So and what's really nice about it, you don't have to be dabbing. You just kind of smush it all around and make sure you get really good into those crevices kind of thing. And really good. I'll add a little bit more in here. I tend to like to do just regular acrylic paints. I wouldn't recommend doing this, well, at least I haven't tested it, on if your background is going to be a stain and then you're going to have a coloring. So those you might want to do still the traditional stencil way where you're going to have it stained and then put the paint in. But I will probably do a little test and see how that works, if there's a quicker way to do it. So like I said, all we're doing is just really just smushing it in there, trying to make sure you get into all those little crevices. And I'm not worried about here as much because that is going to be actually the white, which is what I want as a background. So we're just going to keep going. And we do sell a lot of stencils that are on our website at mylovi.com. So you don't have to get a Cricut or Silhouette or any of those kind of machines if you want. And if you like to do it in this version of the PVPP method, that's how I normally send out my stencils. But if you like to do a traditional way, just say that in the comments when you're doing checkout. There's a place to make any comments, and I can definitely do it, because I send you the stencils all prepared for you to just use them. So now we're all set. So we say, okay, we have now, you really can't see it probably very well, but the letters have been sealed, and this should help in preventing bleed through. So now what we want to do, I did it to save time, is I applied the colors that I want as a background. You probably can vaguely see how this looks right now. Maybe a little bit of the letters. When you have a very dark background, like a black or a red or something like that, you might, and you're having a light color on the background, you might have to do a couple of coats, but that's okay. So now we have this all in here. So this, we had already done the paint on this part. We put the vinyl on. We put the paint, technically, which is this part, now which is your background color. And now we're going to go into the peel. And so what I do is I like these little, it's just like a nasty little dagger looking thing. But I do like a very short little pinpoint so I can get at it. So what I try to do is I don't want to destroy my my thing. So I just want to get a little bit underneath there just so I can get it. And let's just do a little bit more. And as you can see, so now, and you, like I said, you want to go against the grain to minimize any kind of peel or whatever. So as you can see, and I just help it along as I'm doing this. And slow and steady gets the bear here. So as you can see, very, very crisp letters. You don't have any bleed in there. And then, and that really helps it, what you're seeing for little flakes is the white from the paint on the vinyl. So we'll just take this out. And we'll do our little thumbprints. Some of them take a little bit longer to do. I tried to do a very simple design so at least you get the idea and you wouldn't watch me for like a long time taking out all these little parts in here. So we'll just keep going. But as you can see, it's really easy. Nothing seems to be peeling back on you. And I like to wait. Some people might take, a lot of times I'll take a hair dryer, as you can see probably right here, in between the layers, when I'm doing this background color, just so I can put another coat on there. But I usually like to wait till it's pretty dry, just to make sure there isn't any peeling, because it's so horrible after you spend all this time doing something, and then to have it. And for some reason, it just never looks the same when you try to touch up, We all have steady hands, but I don't have that too steady hand. And there you go. And as you can see, here you are. Here is a all done. Doesn't take you hardly any time to do. So again, if you want to know anything about MyLovi, we are at MyLovi.com. I'll try to get a couple of more tutorials up there for you. You can check on our YouTube channel. And if you do have any questions about stenciling, definitely drop us a line at info@mylovi.com. Or you can also just check out any of our stencils on our website. Thank you and have a great day, everyone.